Hello, this is Topaz with Voice to the Void, here with another episode of The Daily Voice for October 2nd, 2012. First up, Sony has admitted 3D is not the next big thing. This is after, of course, the 2009, everybody's going to be wanting 3D TVs, let's make the PlayStation 3 3D, and even Nintendo's bid for the 3DS. They believe the customer has spoken and that 3D will not be the next big thing, although it does have a market. This is via Eurogamer. Also from Eurogamer comes the rumor that there will not be Vita cuts this year, but there will be Vita cuts next year, and Destructoid has been reporting that the Vita will be having a 10-year life cycle, as according to one Sony employee. Nintendo, meanwhile, is saying that the Wii U is going to be more indie-centric, focusing on their Wii U eShop. Many vowels in these. But the eShop is going to be more open to independent developers as opposed to their previous contracts, which, depending on their structuring, could make it a much nicer platform for downloadable content, kind of like the Xbox Indie Arcade or anything like that. That is from Nintendo Magazine via GamesIndustry.biz. Minecraft has also now gone retail. It will be the same cost in a store for the little card that they are selling, which will allow you to redeem it for the online Minecraft game. This offers another opportunity to purchase the game if you haven't already. It's been out for quite a while now, but it's still making a lot of profit, especially on Xbox 360, where it recently passed yet another million milestone of some sorts. Apple has also dropped Chomp, which, with our discussions yesterday about how Facebook is entering the iOS social gaming platform and Apple's moves for Facebook integration on the iPhone and with the iOS in general, it makes it a very interesting move that they move out of that market as they make stronger connections with Facebook, who is moving into that market, which seems very interesting given that Google has been made enemies of both Apple and Facebook, however seemingly unintentionally or intentionally. Amazon is also asking for the case against them for copyright infringement over the Amazon App Store name to be thrown out, says Games Politics. They're attempting to throw out the name App Store because Apple has copyrighted App Store as their App Store, and Apple believes that they should be calling it an application store, or some other such that does not interfere with their copyright, and it may be confusing. It is yet to see what is going to result from that. EVE has also announced an expansion on December 4th, focusing on crime fighting and bounties. Its name is Retribution, and seems to be referring mostly to the fact that Goon Squad has been running wild over their entire game, something which they actually have encouraged and greatly enjoyed. Because of this, it allows for a better opportunity for people who are merchants or more pacifist to be able to, counter Goon Squad and see if they can actually do more fighting back, which would make it a very interesting game in progression. It does seem like a very interesting narrative overall for how EVE is expanding into the world. The Goon Squad story is very nuanced. If you are interested in hearing more about that, feel free to comment in the comments, and I will definitely go into the details of that. But it was a very interesting saga of basically how Goon Squad has been, trolling the project, or the EVE Online universe, not the Project Entropia. Project Entropia is a completely different online game with completely different types of trolls. Freedom Pop, a service, is offering free mobile broadband to individuals after purchasing devices, either USB sticks or small wireless routers that can be used mobily. They're offering, I believe, up to 500 megabytes free. This could actually change the look for social gaming overall, as people can start being mobile while they're gaming. Laptops, tablets, mobile devices, all of that can now be used up to 500 megabytes mobily for free, as well as they're apparently offering cheaper prices that they claim for, well, their services over the air than their competitors, than ones from whoever else happens to have those types of things. It comes in both the USB stick and the wireless router form. It'll be interesting to see how that happens and whether that drives down prices in the rest of the market, or whether it just maintains itself as an interesting additional source. League of Legends has also implemented their honor system, rewarding players who are more helpful and more useful during games, who help others, who are more positive in games or more overly helpful. It is not a currency. It cannot be redeemed, at least at this point, for anything, but it shows recognition in the community of who's doing a good job and who's doing a poor job. Now, this will also be happening with the tribunal system, where you can get better points and kind of community benefit ranks outside of the game for being a member of the tribunal, but it's not a requirement. It's not something that actually will be redeemed for any sort of tangible reward, at least at this point, from what they've said. So it will be very interesting to see how this actually affects the community. They found with the tribunal that individuals who were most likely to contribute to the tribunal were not the ones there for the experience rewards. It was the people who were there to better the community. The ones with higher scores and the ones who actually did better were those individuals, rather than those who might simply guess randomly or say, oh, we're guilty. They've had many problems with their community in the past, at least from a judgmental prospect, from a lot of individuals commenting on it, where it's been known to be a very angry community in many ways, and this might help to clean up and add more positive attributes to the community, especially if you can see who you're matching up with and who you can expect to have to mute at the beginning of a game. It'll be interesting to see how they can change their community over time with this, now that they've developed such a large user base. Well, that's all the news I have for today. As always, feel free to leave comments, questions, complaints, anything you want in the comments below. Hit subscribe above. If you have any other questions, feel free to either message or leave, as I said, in the comments. This has been Topaz with Voice to the Voids, The Daily Void. See you tomorrow. Bye.